What's up, guys? The Lazy Goldmaker here. We're into Dragonflight, and today I'd share something that I realized throughout this first day. I'm recording this day one. Professional alts are incredibly strong, incredibly so. Having multiple characters is a lot better and perhaps more important than I realized before the expansion came out. And well, we're going to talk a little bit about why. The main reason is, well, if we open here, the knowledge tree. Well, I don't even have enough skills on this character. The knowledge tree and the first craft bonuses. They give you one piece of knowledge and some artisan's metal. And doing all of the first craft bonuses will get you anywhere from 25 to 30 knowledge, somewhere in that range for most professions. And that 25-30 knowledge is by far the easiest knowledge to get in the game right now. It requires so much less effort. As soon as you've unlocked dragon riding on your main, you have it on your alts, so you can just log in, get to Waking Shores, literally fly up to Teldrassus and start leveling professions. And craft everything you need to max out, to get to skill 50 and max out knowledge, essentially. Or max out the first craft knowledge at the very least. And that will get you into some builds. That will get you enough points to do a build or two. Like, there's a lot of builds that you can do at that point, that amount of knowledge. Like, if you look at my alchemist engineer, well, we can look at engineering where I actually put in a little bit of points. You can see I have 11 points. I've put in 10 points already into stuff I know I wanted. And I still have multiple first craft bonuses I could get on the BOP gear. So we're pretty much there on my alchemist. I haven't put any points in yet. I have 15. And well, alchemy is one of the ones you get the least of, because you need to experiment all of your recipes, which is kind of hard with artisan's metal. But you get the gist. You can get 15 points, you can get 20 points. In many cases, that's going to be enough to distinguish you from your other players, from unlock an extra recipe. 20 points for inscription, for instance, is enough to get you into the what's it called? Into the treatises, which is perfect on an alt. It'll unlock your ability to craft treatises. You can now do crafting orders for treatises. You are happy and ready to rumble. On jewel crafting, 20 points is enough to get you 2 gem hoard cooldowns. Or on tailoring, it's enough to get you 1 of the chronocloth or azure weave. There's a lot of juicy stuff that's perfect on an alt that you can unlock right away. And then that's just fantastic. There's also the other point here. That's that these knowledge points are extremely valuable right now. You can't respec knowledge at all. There's zero choice to respec knowledge. There's no opportunities. There's nothing. As far as I know, there's nothing. You can only increase. So now I'm bound to the points I've put in here and the nodes that I've unlocked. They're like that forever. Which means that not putting points in yet until you actually know what you're going to craft is very, very valuable, having that flexibility. If you have multiple alts, if you have 3 engineers, then you can just go ham on 2 of them, and you still have 1 left over that you can target whatever turns out to be the best, because you might not know, or no one else knows yet. And that's extremely valuable. So for instance, I could put 30 points on a blacksmith into the hafted weapons tree, and then hammers, and then you unlock the blacksmithing hammer, the BOP profession tool. You may not want to do that on a main, or something you plan to craft, say, gear on, because you want to wait until you figure out which slots are the ones the guides target, and thus the one you should focus on, which embellishments are the best. Because that's going to have a huge effect on which weapon slots you unlock, or armor slots. But if this is an alt and you have a second blacksmith anywhere, or you have a main blacksmith that you can be flexible on, then you can just pull the trigger on your alts. And I think that's going to be extremely valuable, potentially, this expansion. Now, I haven't gone deep into anything. I had a lot of lag issues. I've sold a bunch of stuff that I crafted to get first craft bonuses. We've sold some profession items. I believe that this shaman right here has some goodies in the mailbox we can take a look at. We sold a fisher friend for 28k, which is pretty nice, and then just a couple of random profession pieces is the main thing I've sold. And we also sold a couple of flasks. This was probably for a loss. I also sold glossy stones. I had an alt jewel crafter that I just crafted some glossy stones and put them up on the auction house, because people who are doing blacksmithing, they need glossy stones to get all their first craft bonuses. So that's it for me. Like, alts are huge. If you have extra level 60s, make sure you pull them through Valdrakken, and put some duplicates and just focus on some of the builds that you might not be planning to do, or maybe weren't planning to do. Specifically unlocking profession tool recipes, or focusing on the knowledge trees in areas where you can unlock recipes that you may not want to unlock because they're not going to be long-term optimal on your main. I think that's the perfect place to go, pretty much, with your points right now. There's a lot of different options depending on your profession, but that's just very strong possibility, and something that I think is going to be very profitable over the next week if you have multiples, because then you can target a lot more markets than someone who just has one crafter and can only pick one market to specialize in. So yeah, guys, if you have alts, make sure you pull them through, and just look at your profession tree and try to take advantage of it to the best of your ability. If you're a patron, then you'll already have my huge list of profession builds. If you're not a patron, then you can join us at patreon.com/thelazygoldmaker. There's a link in the description, and you get some ideas for builds that you can have in your alts, and builds that you can have in your mains, and set up your professions nicely for success. That's it, guys. Hope you had fun at launch. I had a lot of lag. I had a pretty terrible in-game experience today, but it's looking very fun so far. So we'll see you on the next video.